right, CitizenFM 93.7, 9 minutes past 9. And yes, I know I did say that we will be having the Deputy National Women Leader of the All Progressives Congress in the studio this morning. Unfortunately, she's unavoidably absent. Of course, you do know that when an illness wants to come, it never really writes a letter to you. However, she has promised that she will be here on Thursday morning. So I beg your pardon and I apologize. And I actually did extract, well, maybe not, I actually did get her to actually assure you that she will be here on Thursday.
Hi, morning, everyone. I am Hajia Zainab Ibrahim, the Deputy National Women Leader, APC. I am sorry I can't be with you this morning because I'm under the weather. I'm very strong, let me put it that way. And I know that I have to be with you, so I promise to be in the studio whenever I feel better. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Ajia Zainab Ibrahim, Deputy National Women Leader of the All Progressives Congress. She promises to be here later on this week, about Thursday morning, 9:05 on Talking Point on Citizen FM 93.7. Keep your fingers crossed, and you've heard.
All right, Citizen FM 93.7. I had to do that, for us, because it's not very good when we have said something and then we have to go back. And then the next question will be, what will be the talking points for the Zuma talking point this morning? Well, we'll be looking at fuel scarcity. No matter how wealthy or unwealthy you are, we all have to deal with fuel every day, whether you have a vehicle or you don't. Somehow we have to handle this fuel issue, and we'll have to discuss the way forward with regards to this fuel problem that we are experiencing in Nigeria. As it stands today, the fuel queues have returned to different parts, right, of the country, from different places, So as it is right now, many people have to spend important man hours right there at the filling station trying to get fuel, and a lot of the times are even unable to. And so this morning, I will be speaking with a financial analyst. I will be speaking with a journalist of decades of experience analyzing finances in Nigeria. And, of course, you do know that on Citizen FM, we are all about the way forward. I will be speaking with Festus Akombi, columnist, long-running columnist with different dailies, but right now he plies his trade with This Day newspaper. He is a financial analyst, a former special assistant to a minister of finance here in Nigeria, and he will be my guest this morning over the phone as we look at the way forward with regards to the fuel issue and solving it once and for all. I'll take a quick break. When I do come back, Festus Akombi will be on the line with me. Do stay with Citizen FM 93.7. I am Kim. I'll be back in a bit.
Citizen FM. Once upon a time, for one village where they for air, everything they go well. Them they enjoy better things until them great grandpillar them tell them say he get one secret where they for inside calabash, for inside bush. Elders them gather, them send them ezemwo inter bush, impact in ngongo and then janja take enter inside bush. When he see the calabash, where them papa hide for inside bush. Time to open the calabash. Ezemwo hard then knock. Last, him open the calabash. What's in me the secret where he comes in?
As we bring them out, Abuja how far? Hashtag man up, tab yarns, mind your language. That's here, and the plenty casual bitterness mixed with correct Naija song. Now them they inside Evening Jollof with SMO1 Radio Street for 93.7 Citizen FM Abuja. Flex Evening Jollof, Monday to Friday from 5 o'clock for evening, go reach 9 o'clock for night. Evening Jollof with SMO1 for 93.7 Citizen FM.
It's incisive and comprehensive. It's objective and balanced. It's the complete news and current affairs program on radio. A total package on topical, social, political issues. It's Insight. Join Lawrence Umwete on Citizen 93.7 FM Abuja for Insight, Mondays to Thursdays at 10:05 a.m. on Citizen 93.7 FM Abuja. Insight with Lawrence Umwete. Be part of the experience.
All right, Citizen FM 93.7, 14 minutes down at 9. It is the Zuma talking point. And like we said this morning, we will be looking at the fuel situation in Nigeria, scarcity, subsidy, and every other thing in between. I have on the line now Festus Akombi. Festus Akombi is a deputy editor with the This Day newspaper, and he was also a former assistant director with the Federal Inland Revenue Service in Nigeria. Also former special assistant on communication with the federal, with the former Minister of Finance, Kemi Adeosun. A very good morning to you, Festus Akombi.
Good morning. Good morning to you.
And thank you for joining us on the Zuma talking point this morning.
It's my pleasure.
All right.
Thank you.
Yes. We want to take a look at the fuel scarcity that we're currently experiencing in Nigeria. For one, this government seems to have been doing well without fuel scarcity since inception in 2015. But all of a sudden, we will take away subsidy. No, we won't take away subsidy. And here we are, loads of queues. Fuel is expensive. Black market is as high as 400 naira per liter, and a whole lot more. I do understand that fuel in other parts of Africa is relatively more expensive than what we currently pay in Nigeria. Can you help us through how to solve this conundrum we find ourselves in Nigeria?
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, listening at home. I think for us to have a good understanding of what is happening, we need to look at what is causing this problem. Nigeria is an oil-producing country, and because we feel that the only way to make sure that the citizens benefit from these rich resources is to do a policy of fuel subsidy. It was good. It was a good, policy at the initial stage, but the way things are bastardized in this part of the world, as time went on, there was this issue of corruption. So government could not account for this the money being made from fuel subsidy. At a point, almost everybody came to the conclusion that the best way to go about it was to end this policy of subsidy. I remember during the Goodluck Jonathan's regime, there was an attempt to remove the subsidy, but the nationwide protest led by the Save Nigeria group forced him to stop. So that's why we find ourselves where we are today. Unfortunately for us, we rely solely on importation of petroleum products from abroad. What this means is that we are the vagaries of what is happening at the international fuel market. That means if there's any increase in the international market, I'm talking about increase in the price of crude oil, it's bound to affect the official price we sell in Nigeria. Then don't forget that because it's an imported product, that means that it's going to have a heavy burden on our foreign exchange reserves. And anytime the naira value is down, it means that the pricing will be also go up. Of course, the problem we have today is that we have political situation and economic situation. The reality is the economic situation, but because of politics and elections coming, is that the current administration is afraid, of facing the reality. What the reality? The reality is to remove the subsidy, but they don't look at the backlash. The government have announced a removal now. Of course, you can imagine the women community will come out and start protesting. And government cannot do that because government was also most of those who are in this government, they were part of this team that opposed Jonathan's regime from removing fuel subsidy. And unfortunately for us, there are some people, the middle class, that are enjoying, that are benefiting
take seriously from this fuel subsidy, because when fuel subsidy is paid, of course nobody can even give account of how much and they are paid or the quantity of oil we even consume here. So the large chunk of this fuel imported, they are taken to the other neighboring countries. So when you go to a country like Cameroon, Chad, Republic of Guinea, Niger, Equatorial Guinea, you see our products there. So it's a double tragedy. So the poor men are still suffering from this.
So it appears that now we're not only paying fuel subsidy for what we consume, but we're also paying fuel subsidy for what other countries consume, neighboring countries, is it?
No, not exactly. Because what happened is that when these fuel marketers, when they collect the fuel subsidy and they get the product, they smuggle it in. The fuel price is sold at the exorbitant prices in those places. Of course, you know the simple economics. Product go to a place where I can get higher price for it. So we have cross border and corruption by the including the customs and other people are managing their borders. First, I saw large quantity of this thing smuggled across the border. It is so at higher. That's why you get it. Now Nigeria is still selling about I think 165 naira. You go to Cameroon, get for almost 300 naira.
Even in Togo, Benin, Sierra Leone, it's between 397 naira and 400.8 naira.
Exactly. So what it means is that the little money that government is supposed to use to develop the country, they are spending on fuel subsidy. And let me just rule out some of the effects. For example, it's already affecting payment of pensioners' money, because at the end of the day, the money being shared the federation account has been reduced considerably. For almost throughout last year and for almost throughout this year, NFPs have not been able to remit any money, because what the explanation is that there's what we call under recovery, which is in simple terms means subsidy. The proceeds from the sale of our oil, that's what NFPs is using to pay this subsidy. Meanwhile, that's why we are having increase in tax payment. Just recently, by June 1st, they started this sugar tax. That's why the fact that people, manufacturers, they protested against this thing. But experts are telling us that Nigeria should brace up for more tax, because government must definitely fund its operations. And especially now they are on the eve of election, government needs money. Money has been thrown around. So Nigerians are the one paying for this first. The best is to remove this subsidy of a thing.
Okay, but now let's take a look at the fact that it is affecting other things. One of the reasons why there was an uproar over the removal of subsidy while Goodluck Jonathan was in office was because they said it will affect the common man. But then we are back. We seem to be back at square one. If we remove subsidy, the prices of goods will shoot up. If we don't remove subsidy, the availability of the product will not be. And at the same time, we will also have this challenge of the fact that the money that is meant for the rest of us will be given to a few for this subsidization. Can we find a middle ground? Can we find a middle ground between these two extremes? What will be the middle ground?
The middle ground is simple. The middle ground that the subsidy will be removed, but there will be policy of the way we work against corruption. The corruption is the one retaining this first subsidy. If the subsidy is removed, yes, I agree that cost of living will go up. But if it is retained, cost of living will continue to go up, and the government that will suffer. Look, ASU has been on strike for about 5 months. It's all brought on the issue of corruption and payment of certain things. Government has not been able to muster enough money, because a substantial amount of money we are collecting as revenue from crude. They are going to payment of this first subsidy. Then, because as time goes on now, there will be crisis in states, because already the amount of money shared the federation account, is reduced almost on a week monthly basis.
Now,
so it's going to get a time that many states will not be able to pay salaries. And borrowing is also up. So it's like we are postponing the evil days. Why don't you face the problem now?
All right. Mr. Akombi, one of the challenges that we must also take a look at, right, is the fact that, because you said wage war against corruption. In 3 years alone, right, the fuel subsidy seems to have quadrupled, if not more than that, because from what I see here, fuel subsidy grew by about 349% in 3 years.
Yes. Yes, that's what we are seeing. We are saying the same thing, because those who are supporting first citizenship, they are those who are benefiting from this, because the figure keeps going on, and we can't see the effect here. We can't see the effect. So the only way to stop this problem is to remove the subsidy. Let us endure for maybe a year, and that's why Nigerians have to open their eyes now that the election is coming. Let us elect those who are, who can vouch for, those who can make a difference. Otherwise, if you, because of they are giving us maybe 5,000 naira to go and vote, it's like we are mortgaging our future and the futures of our children. So we have to be sure. I mean, we have to be clear about those who are employed to implement this thing. Nigeria are not doing themselves. We have to elect somebody who is going to implement it. Our major problem is corruption. Look at we have 3 refineries. None of them is working. That's why the government is setting aside huge amount of money every year for what they call turnaround maintenance. But the corrupt tenders will not allow to work for a minute.
No,
so why don't you elect somebody that through transparency?
Mr. Festus Akumbi, Deputy Editor, This Day Nigeria, and financial analyst. One of the things that you said earlier is the fact that you said some of those that the people fighting against the removal of subsidy are those benefiting from it. But then I do know, for a fact that some of those who stood up against this subsidy removal includes Labour, and Labour usually has to deal with the common man.
Yes, Labours are doing good job. They are protecting the interests of common man, but it does not mean that they are right in all ways, because Labours, they are this populist tendency. They have to protect people, because that's one of the reasons why they were appointed anyway. But of course, being political or being pandering to sentiment of the people is a different thing from the reality on the economy. We have to look at what's happening all over the world. I mean, even in Saudi Arabia, the issue of subsidy is being streamlined. You can't continue to subsidize this product. Why Labour is fighting, because we don't have good government yet, transparent government. If we are sure that we have somebody that, people there that are not going to encourage corruption, Labour will support fair subsidy removal, because it's like we are losing 100 and we are getting 10. The workers are still suffering. When the government cannot increase salaries, and the price of commodities, they are still going up, because as long as we are having issue of borrowing, we are having an inflation going on, then there will be problems. The most important thing for us now is to remove this subsidy. But you cannot do that unless we are sure that we have credible people who will implement this program. Otherwise, it's those who are present at the corridor of power that will be benefiting, and they will be suffering.
All right. You're listening to CitizenFM 93.7. This is the Zuma Talking Point, and what better to talk about than the fuel scarcity we are currently experiencing in different parts of the country. In all honesty, a lot of the common men, or a lot of us common people, are suffering from the crunch of what these fuel issues are, and it's maybe time for us to talk to what exactly the root of the matter is and find a way out of it. We'll take a quick break. When we do come back, we will still have on the line Mr. Festus Akumbi, who's the deputy editor of This Day newspapers. Do stay with CitizenFM 93.7. I'm Kem. I'll be back in a bit.
93.7 Citizen FM.
Wavex Pleasure Ride. Here at last. Join the safest, classiest, and cheapest taxi ride in town. Wavex Taxi Ride for absolute safety and comfort. Available in over 500 cities in Nigeria, Africa, Europe, and America. Download the app now from the Google Store.
93.7 Citizen FM.
Nigeria go better. Nigeria go better. Nigeria go better. Nigeria go better. If Nigeria go better, now your hand in there. If Nigeria go better, now my hand in there. Make we join us together, make Nigeria for better.
All right, Citizen FM 93.7 is 29 minutes past 9, and time to open the phone lines that are taking your calls and reactions to this fuel scarcity, fuel subsidy, fuel issues in Nigeria. The numbers to call 0818 22 22 205. That is 0818 22 22 205 is the number to call. Alternatively, you may call 0808 22 22 037 0808 22 22 037. You may also call 0903 22 29 797. You're on to the Zuma talking point with Kem and have on the line with me Mr. Festus Akombi, deputy editor These Day newspapers, and he's also a financial analyst, a former communication person for the former Minister of Finance in Nigeria, talking about Honorable Kemi Adeosun, and we are discussing this fuel scarcity and the fuel subsidy, the way forward. Mr. Kombi, are you still there?
Yeah.
All right. Now, you did mention at the beginning of the program where you said that because it's a political season, the government may be unwilling to remove fuel subsidy. But I recall that the president did say that other countries of the world, because when he was at a particular interview a few days back, he said, and they said, what about this fuel issue? And said other countries in the world subsidize certain things for their citizens, and so there's no way Nigeria would not continue with this fuel subsidy. But you have said a lot about the fact that it might be the way to go for us to have the fuel in abundance, even if we have to pay more. But that said, how should the common man prepare for the removal? How should we, the common man, prepare for the removal of fuel subsidy in such a way that we might be able to scale through, just in case the government decides that enough is enough and they would, be willing to remove the subsidy?
Yeah, thank you very much. I think the first step is for us to be realistic. Let us be true to ourselves that this policy is unsustainable. The common man should know that at the back of his mind, that sooner or later this policy will go. Then we have to be disciplined. Many of us are incurring unavoidable costs. This is time for us to tighten our belts. That's a popular statement. We have to tighten our best, cut down on the use of petrol. Unfortunately for us this time around is that energy, we are in the midst of energy crisis. Even on electricity, of course, the electricity tariff is not reliable. Almost every time the national grid is collapsing and we are in darkness, we have to rely on generator and petrol. But at the same time, at this point in time, the common man should cut down. You can't compare yourself with somebody. That because your neighbor is running a generator, you also want to run it. You have to look at your cost, So we have to cut down frivolities. I advise common man, because now that your stream of income is getting leaner and leaner, one has to be very careful. This is time for you to change your school. If your child attending school with a high fee, I know it's not sustainable. Why don't you change to the one that is affordable? This is time of reality. And the most important is for us, like I said earlier, is for us to be wise when we want to go for election. Everybody must get our PVC. We must go beyond the social media campaign. We must get our PVC and make sure that we elect credible people. Because nobody will listen to us if by 2023 we start blaming the government again. This government is sincere to some extent, because it is because of the fact that people are crying about the issue of subsidy. That's why it's still retaining it at a greater cost. But you can't blame this government by next year, where that government should come in. So we have to elect those credible people that will implement it. Of course, last year there was this issue of Petrol Industry Act. It took Nigeria years, several amount of money for us to get it passed. It has been passed, but it has been suspended because of the fact that subsidy regime is still on, or still on.
Okay.
Each of them cannot be together because so that's why we have to let people that good to do what Nigerian wants. That's the basic thing we have to do.
Mr. Festus Akombi, financial analyst, would like you to enlighten us about this Petroleum Industry Act and why it cannot work pari passu with the subsidy, and if it was supposed to be put in place, what are the advantages for the common man?
Petroleum Industry Act and the regulation, they come together because the major issue is that the regulation of the downstream sector of the oil or the industry, which means that oil will be sold at market-driven prices, and that will be competitive, and to make many people they will come and invest in Nigeria. If that law has been passed, I mean, if that law has been implemented, we have only foreign investors that will come and invest in Nigeria. When they invest, there will be more job for us. Then they are going to sell fair price, at appropriate price. Now we are waiting for the implementation, for the beginning of operation of this Dangote refinery. But the Dangote refinery will subsidize the price. So if you allow PIA, that's industry to be in operation, we have many Dangote that will spring up. And when we have many in Nigeria, that we will not have to import fuel. We rely on local refineries. And even when we are importing fuel, those who are bringing their fuel, they know that when they bring their fuel, they will sell a market-driven plan, and God will not involved.
Hello?
On this. Now, many people are suffering now. That's one of the reasons why Nigeria should allow this PIA to be in operation,
Okay, now, if, for example, because one of the things that we have said continually on this show is the fact that refining petrol is not rocket science.
Yeah.
Because I know that as a science student, one of the first things you learn is separation and all of that in chemistry. And so it's not a new technology or a new form of thing, that will say it's going to take us forever. Why does it now then seem that we are not implementing this, having refineries and all of that? The modular refineries are taking forever, but then you still have people who are refining illegally. Could it be that what can government do to ease this burden, at least as it is and as it stands today?
Like I said earlier on, our major problem in this country is the issue of corruption. We have three. How come none of them working after government has spent so much on them on their turnaround? As kind of a set of people that are bent on taking advantage of what is happening. They will not allow this to work. If we have illegal refineries, or they go to Nigeria data, they are doing it and they are selling. Why is it difficult for Nigeria as a country to do that? The answer is corruption. Government cannot be everywhere. When we talk about government, we are talking about Nigerians. Unless we purge ourselves on this issue of corruption, we fear everybody will just wake up one day and want to buy the whole of Lagos, buy the whole of Port Harcourt, buy the whole of Abuja. That is the problem with Nigeria. It's an issue of corruption until solve the issue of corruption or bring it to the minimal level. Nigeria cannot make it. In terms of beyond the issue of first subsidy, this is affecting us in other areas too. There are some people that are taking advantage of this thing. Nigeria can get a refinery, but of course we have come to realize that in Nigeria, government cannot run a successful business. That's why government should enable an environment that will allow people to come around. We have local investors that have where we are to start good functional refineries. An example is that of Dangote.
Interestingly, this is something that someone was saying today, that one of the things we say here in Nigeria is that governments cannot run a successful business, and the government has money and all of that we should let government also run business. But it's interesting that you are saying that government should also that government should now hands off business. Now, it's you have said quite a lot about this corruption thing, and you are one of those who have experienced a good Nigeria at the time when our currency was at least a lot better than it is today. And I'm saying like aeons better than it is currently today. How do you think we could possibly start solving the problem of corruption in Nigeria? Is capital punishment one of the... I don't know. Let me not put words in your mouth, Mr. Festus Akombi.
Well, if one will talk about issue of corruption, I will still repeat it. We have to start from the roots. If you like, let's put finance squad. It will not cause corruption. When you look at it, even at the scene of where we catch people, they do this capital punishment on people that have committed this crime. You see people at the scene, committing the same crime. The best solution is for us to ensure that we appoint or elect credible Nigerians. We have Nigeria that do well in the outside Nigeria. Dr. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala is doing well. It's a national figure. In addition, I think in addition, there are people that are there. Why is it easy for them to operate where there? When they are here, the system will not allow them to work with. The problem is that we continue to appoint people of shit characters. Let us open our eyes now. Not only from the presidency, even from the local government level, the state assembly, because they want to make laws. Once we get right, everything will fall in place.
All right, Citizen FM 93.7. It is 20 minutes to 10. And you have been listening to Mr. Festus Akombi, who is the deputy editor of these day newspapers. And is also a financial analyst, actually has a column on finance, for a long-running column on finance for years. And so we're trying to see how to solve the conundrum of fuel scarcity, fuel subsidy in Nigeria, and he has said quite a lot. I'm sorry I haven't been taking your calls, but you can keep them coming now to 0818 22 22 205. Do you quite agree that it's time to remove subsidy from fuel, and do you think that it should be implemented in this government, or we wait till another new dispensation? We'll take a quick break. When we do come back, I'll be taking your calls and, of course, your text messages. Do stay with Citizen FM 93.7.
Wavex Pleasure Ride. Here at last. Join the safest, classiest, and cheapest taxi ride in town. Wavex Taxi Ride for absolute safety and comfort. Available in over 500 cities in Nigeria, Africa, Europe, and America. Download the app now from the Google Store.
Once upon a time, for one village where they for air, everything they go well. Them they enjoy better things until them great grandpillar them tell them say he get one secret where they for inside calabash, for inside bush. Elders them gather, them send them more inter bush, impact in ngongo and then janja take enter inside bush. When he see the calabash, where them papa hide for inside bush. Time to open the calabash. more hard then knock. Last. Him open the calabash. What's in me the secret where he comes see?
I think bring them out. Abuja, how far? Hashtag man up, tab yarns, mind your language. That's here. And the plenty casual bitterness mixed with correct Naija song. Now them they inside Evening Your Love with SMO1 Radio Street for 93.7 Citizen FM. Abuja. Flex Evening Your Love, Monday to Friday from 5 o'clock for evening, go reach 9 o'clock for night. Evening Your Love with SMO1 for 93.7 Citizen FM.
93.7 Citizen FM.
All right, Citizen FM 93.7, 17 minutes till the top of the hour. And We are looking at the issue of fuel subsidy and especially fuel scarcity that we are currently experiencing in the country at the moment. I did say earlier, I have had on the line since about 9:10, Mr. Festus Akombi, Deputy Editor of This Day newspaper, and we have been looking at the issues and how to solve it. And I do have a question here. It says here that, hi, I am Martins, I'm texting in from Asokoro. If fuel subsidy is removed, about how much will Nigerians have to pay for fuel subsidy? Mr. Festus Akombi, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, so yes, please. That's a question. If fuel subsidy is removed, about how much would we be paying for fuel subsidy? For fuel.
Unfortunately, we don't have a round figure because it's going to be a subject of the price of dollars, because it's an imported material, imported product. So, but a rough calculation is about between 270 and 285 naira per liter.
But black market is about 400 naira per liter, as it is.
What?
As it is right now in Abuja, I understand the black market is about 400 naira per liter. So at the end of the day, yeah. Please go ahead.
That's the issue I was raising, that it's like we have opportunities here. That's why I find that this present government is trying so much to cushion this effect. So my people are also, causing problems because of the issue of corruption. So at the end of the day, if the first subsidy is removed, people in the buyers in a place like Abuja and other places might not feel the pain we are talking about. So it's like this pain is exaggerated. Because by the time it is removed and it's sold between 270 and 285, in a place where it was already being sold at 400 naira, people might not be, they believe then. So,
all right.
We are our own problem. Yeah.
Huh. Okay, this WhatsApp message here says, hi Citizen FM, you guys are doing a very great job. Thank you for discussing fuel scarcity today. My question is, where does the DPR come in all of this? These guys who are selling fuel in gallons and selling for about 400 naira, do it in the full glare of everybody. How come there is nobody arresting them or doing something about it? Mr. Festus Akombi, I'm not sure if you can, that's in your place, but maybe you can throw some more light about, yes.
I think it's unfair to say that the DPR or the federal government is not doing something about this black market people. Doing a lot. I mean, I remember I was there for 2 weeks. It was shown on the national TV where the officials of DPR went out to arrest some of these people. But we have to be very careful too. We can't blame government for all our problems, because there are a lot of people that we look at. Say the government is being handed, and the discipline has to come from us. That I was saying that we can't blame the government alone. Blame ourselves too, because it's like we take advantage of our neighbors, take advantage of our people. Everybody's looking for money. Yes, there's too much for the officials of government to do to arrest this trend. But as for me, I think they are trying. And that Nigeria is a vast country. We are the population of 200. You can't compare with a place like a country like Ghana, Togo. I know. So when you look at the population and the vast size of country, and you see that the government is not doing badly,
All right.
For now.
All right. And so if you were going to give us maybe your advice, as the citizens of this amazing country, with regards to this fuel issue, with regards to the corruption that surrounds it, what would your words be to us as a financial analyst and also one who is concerned about the issues facing Nigeria and Nigerians, and as a Nigerian yourself?
Well, because we dwell on reality, we don't believe in political situations or things. The reality is that fuel subsidies should be removed. Nigeria should brace themselves for this. Nigeria should not pander to the dictate of those who are the opposition. Then when it comes to this kind of thing, there's not like opposition. All of us should talk about the reality of the thing, because the APC government is there. Whoever government or whichever government is coming, we also make this reality. So the reality is that we should brace up for the removal. Nigeria, poor masses should be ready for this. First of all, will be removed, and we have to cut our spending. That's the major thing. Let's prepare for it. Don't avoid it. Is that don't delay that's the solution for us for now.
Thank you very, very much, Mr. Festus Akombi, for this opportunity, especially at such a short notice. We are grateful for your time. We're also grateful for your enlightenment with regards to this fuel subsidy issue. I wish that the government will break it down this simply, for the common man. I'm sure that way, once people can buy into what you're trying to do, it becomes a lot easier to make it happen. And we hope that when we call on you again, that you will grant us, this opportunity. All right, and that's our package this morning on the Zuma Talking Point on CitizenFM 93.7. In his words, citizens should brace up for the removal of fuel subsidy, and that we should all also get prepared to put our hands to work and ensure that as a people, we are not corrupt in our own little spaces. That's the only way we can have a Nigeria that works for all of us. I know that the fuel scarcity, the crunch is biting hard, and we all are experiencing it, and we are only hoping that somehow, some way, the activities and the things that we do will ease some of this pain that comes with all that is happening this time. That's our package. My name is Kem. Do join me tomorrow for Police and Citizens on this station, Citizen FM 93.7. Same time, 9:05 tomorrow morning. By God's grace, I'll be here with the Force Public Relations Officer, talking about CSP Muiwa Adejobi, as we take a look at jungle justice in Nigeria, what the law says about it, what you should do if you're a passerby, what you should do if you're someone who can help the situation. So make it a date again with us tomorrow at 9:05. By God's grace, we'll be here to bring it to you. Police and Citizens is the package. A very big thank you to everyone who sent in text messages this morning, WhatsApp messages, to the guest, Festus Akombi of This Day newspaper, Deputy Editor This Day newspaper. A very big thank you to you, too, for sitting back to listen and enjoy the show. I am Kemi Sheku. My loved ones call me Kem, and I like it that way. One of the things that Festus Akombi did say was we should shine our eyes and not sell our votes. So I leave you with this one by Tubaba, titled No Sell Your Vote. Enjoy.